Yizzo, a fat ball Sicilian original. Yo, yo. So slow blow, happy, hopeless hobo. No dough, so flow, who hangs with homeless homos. No style, no class, no talent, he's got no flow. And if you ever need him, you can bet he'd be a no-show. No money, no jewels, no car, he's got no clothes. Tweaking all day, is it coke or is it no dose? Can't afford a thing, he ain't got shit because he's so broke. No integrity, no spine, no balls, and he wants no smoke. I hate that motherfucker, I wish he'd eat a dick and go choke. And you should never fuck with me, cause as you know I'm no joke. A 60-year-old maggot who cares for no one but himself. A tipsy weirdo faggot who shoots up and ties off with his belt. He's a ripper, raper, a phony and a faker. Can't wait until the day this fucking punk can meet his maker. So if you haven't got the point, SoFlo is a bitch. Telling all people on YouTube, yep, SoFlo is a snitch. Bragging all day that he's done 22 years. By 12 o'clock noon he has like 22 beers. He's a useless individual, a ruthless fucking criminal, a stupid fucking animal. He should be locked up in a zoo. And if you ride with him, you should be fucking locked up too. So slow blow, happy, hopeless hobo. No dough, so flow, who hangs with homeless homos. No style, no class, no talent, he's got no flow. And if you ever need him, you can bet he'd be a no-show. Sits around all day and fucks around on YT. A professional victim asking everybody why me. Does nothing with his time, just fucking whines as far as I see. Obsessed with FBS, wishing he could be just like me. Cause I run Mobtube and he's the motherfucking fakest. Pretending to believe in God, he's really just a sadist. Thinks he can just abuse us and we should fucking take this. But what should we expect from a motherfucking rapist? Out. Fat bald Sicilian. Peace.
Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. I was in bed early last night, so I woke up early this morning, but I didn't get the best sleep, but I'm all right. I'll be all right. Small crowd. Holy shit, 31 people. Dave, Bob, Rankle, and Sally. It's the only people in the chat. I chose not to put SoFlo in the title today, but I'm going to talk about him, you know? Yeah, I'm early. I'm going to talk about him and, some stuff that I heard last night. But listen, last night people were sending me clips from Common Show. I'm just letting you know now. Unless it's something where he's really, really, really insulting me, I'm not even going to listen. And I'll tell you why. Because I'll flip the fuck out and it'll get real ugly. I'm just being honest. So I'm doing my best. Last night, people were sending me clips, and I'm sure if I were to listen to those clips, we'd have a much better show today than we're going to have. But it's better that I don't. Because I'm trying to avoid something that could end up real badly. So, I want to make that clear. And I'm going to go on and talk about this stuff anyway, because there was one thing I heard that he said, maybe two, that I want to address, and I'll do that. Let me just give it a few minutes. I know. It's This is the thing, Bob. It's something so many people have wanted so badly for so long. Don't get me wrong. Not necessarily him being deported, him being gone, dead, anything. So he's not around anymore. You know what I mean? So, I understand everybody got their hopes up. Everybody celebrated. It was a fucking great feeling and thought. Even I tried to trick myself into believing it for a little while just because the thought of it made me so happy, but unfortunately, whatever's going on, I just don't think he's getting deported. I think he might go back to prison someday. He might even get himself killed with that fucking mouth of his. But I don't believe he's getting deported. I really don't. Well, again, Bob Rankle, and that's what I used to tell. And if you guys notice, you go back and watch for a good period of time there after he left. I talked about him up until New Year's Eve, maybe New Year's Day, something like that. And then I just let it go. Other than saying some things in passing, I just stopped talking about him, because it's just like I used to tell Tony Soflo. I used to tell him myself, leave Chicago the fuck alone. When Chicago would leave, I'd say, leave him alone now. Stop talking about him. He's going to come back. And he'd have to do a show about him every single day. And it brought him back. And that's the mistake these guys are making now. Because Soflo might have some intentions on not returning. His plan might be to stay away from this. I know it seems hard to believe. It even seems hard for me to believe, when I say it. But that could be his goal or his intention is, okay, I'm just done for whatever reason, whether it's Tina, whether it's some sort of legal issue, whether it's, he just changed his mind about everything. Who knows? I don't know. But he's I forgot what I was saying, but he's gone. He was anyway. He wasn't on here talking shit about everybody, attacking people's families. It was somewhat peaceful. We didn't have him here. Now, don't get me wrong. I love this shit for the content. I do. I love it. I enjoy the shit out of it, but I don't want him back here at all, ever. So this is it's going to be the unintended consequence of the constant talking about him and insisting he's been deported, So it's not helping the situation. But I understand why they're doing it. It's a topic of conversation, and they use it for content too. Everybody does. But I'll just say that Common made a comment last night. Like I'm in competition with him. Now, it's funny because I've been saying that basically about him lately. And I only say that because of this. I'm really the only one saying this guy hasn't been deported, and ever since I said that, they've ramped it up over there like crazy. I'm not really saying they're in competition with me, but I'm saying the way it looks that way is because, this is like I don't know. I feel like certain people have always been in competition with me for one reason or another, and I think most people have, but specific people, for sure. I just know that it's not me in competition with him, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to be right. This is not a situation where being right benefits me. Being right is bad in this situation. Being right is bad in this situation. Being right means that Tony Soflo is most likely going to be back here. That is the last thing I want, guys. I'd rather have 10 Tony pizzas than one Tony Soflo. So I'm not in competition to be right because I don't want to be right. I'm just giving a differing opinion. And because my opinion doesn't jibe with theirs, just because it's different than theirs, then somehow this became a Common and Crew versus FBS situation, which is retarded. It doesn't even make sense. I just have a different opinion, guys. I mean, what the fuck? And don't I usually always? When it comes to a lot of things like this where there's a lot of hearsay going on and I'm just not buying it and everybody else kind of does, I just have a different opinion. That's it. I'm not trying to win anything. I don't need to, guys. I told you. I don't care who gets more views. I don't care. I'm FBS. Okay, bottom line, and nobody else will ever be. That's it. I know that sounds stupid and cocky, but listen, there's one thing I'm aware of, and that's the importance of my presence here throughout this whole fucking thing. And whether that's important anymore now or not doesn't really matter, because everything came from my show. All this other stuff, all these other shows. So I'm not in competition, guys. I don't want Tony Soflo to be in this country. I don't want him to be on YouTube. I especially don't want him to be on YouTube. Quite frankly, if he's in the country and he's not bothering us, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I don't even care. I just don't want him on here. You know, but as soon as I expressed that opinion, people started flipping out. Carla was flipped out that day. Common and them got all crazy about it and started kind of taking shots at me, and they've been doing it ever since. We're kind of doing it to each other. I'm not going to front, you know. But, you know, it's really not necessary, because in the end, this is what's going to happen. We're going to wind up in a war, me and all those guys, and then Tony's going to be right back here. And then Tony gets to sit back and watch all of us fight. But you know, it's whatever. I'm down for whatever. Anybody who wants to attack me, I'll go right back at you. It's no problem. It's no problem at all. It's only going to help me, as you've seen over the last, you know, month or so. Fighting with people is the only thing that works here. So it's not, you know, I don't really care. I just think it would be stupid. I think it would be a bad idea. To say I'm in competition with you, bro, is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's you know, in a situation like this, we all want the same thing. I just don't believe it's true, and you do. That's it. And I understand kind of why they do, because they put a lot of work into it, and I think there was a lot of talk before the phone call from the congressman. In other words, before this past Monday, and they, you know, had an idea this was going to happen, and they had been getting their hopes up for a while. Plus, you know, Tony, when he was on Angel's show, was acting a little suspicious. So I know that adds to it. I think he did that on purpose. I'll tell you the main reason. I think it's just because he doesn't want you to know where he is. I mean, we see this all the time, guys. This is what we all do when we go away or we're on a trip or traveling or something. You know, this is what we do. We hide our location. You know what I mean? It's the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. So, of course, the more he would have shown, the more he would have given away. And in this community, Tony Soflo is fully aware that there's people here who can look at a square inch of a hotel room and figure out not only the hotel, but the exact location. In other words, say it's a Best Western or a Comfort Inn or some shit. They could figure out the exact one in the exact town. He knows that, you know, so I don't blame him for being like that the other night. I'd be doing the same thing if it was that important to me that people don't know my location. And Tony's fully aware that if people find out where he is right now, they're going to terrorize the fucking place. Even if that means, even if he's at home, they're going to terrorize his house, you know? Plus, I told you my theory is that he's with Tina and he doesn't want her bothered, or she doesn't want herself bothered. You know, but guys, fool yourselves into thinking whatever you want. Guys, there's no competition between me and you guys. I'm sorry. We're totally different people. We're on different levels here. We always will be. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it is. And I say that with all the confidence in the world. I mean, I see myself in competition with no one here, I've even proven it with the politics shows, guys. I mean, anytime I want, for the most part, except for when the algorithm is a little shot, I can go live and get, you know, tens of thousands of views and you know, shit tons of likes and some money too. There's no reason for me to compete with any of you, but especially not on this. I mean, can those guys really convince themselves with everything I've gone through with Tony Soflo that after all of that, I want Tony Soflo to be here? I'm fighting out of a desire for Tony Soflo to be in this country and be on YouTube attacking my daughter and shit. I wish he was dead. I swear to God, I do. Right along with a lot of you other guys. But I definitely I'd rather have that than him even be deported. But I'm not going to trick myself into believing this is true only to be let down and to be made a fool of. Because I'm sorry. Anybody can get mad at me all they want, but you guys are humiliating yourselves. Even the people that, whether they pretend to believe you or they actually do believe you, it's only to a certain extent. I mean, because nobody can be stupid enough to convince themselves of something they have zero proof of. And there's zero proof that anything happened to this guy. That includes just being arrested. Let me see. They should have just took the W either way. He was gone. They gave him the attention and reason to get right back on. Exactly. Yeah. We all had a win. All of us. Even though we're not, on a team together, we all had a win. The guy was gone. And now, look, he's coming back for JT and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what'll happen, guys. He'll be back on here like normal every single day. And everybody, even the people who are fooled, will come to the conclusion, oh, shit, nothing happened to him. There'll be no evidence anywhere. I checked the ICE website again last night. Nothing. And there's not going to be anything, guys. There's not going to be anything. Nobody's coming forward with documentation or anything else. Nothing happened to the guy. He didn't get arrested. He's not detained. I'm pretty sure I actually know what he's doing right now. I'm not even going to get into it, but I find stuff out all the time, guys. And, that's going to be the unintended consequence of all this is that everybody's going to embarrass themselves. And then Tony's going to be right back here, tearing into everybody again. And eventually you'll have to admit that you were wrong. I mean, eventually you'll have to. How long can you keep doing this? How much more proof do we need that the fucking guy is free as a bird? And I'm going to tell you the truth. I mean, even if you even think about it, it makes sense because, that he's free because, I know it's the Trump administration now, but you got to remember, Tony committed every heinous crime under the sun, except for murder. And I wouldn't doubt if he committed that crime too and just didn't get caught. But the ones he got caught for, shootings, robberies, fucking robbing mail trucks. He got accused of raping his son's mother. Then he got convicted of beating her with a fucking pool stick half to death. Heinous fucking crimes. And he didn't get deported. Now, all of a sudden, a bunch of mob tubers who can't accomplish the simplest thing, like doxing somebody whose identity we're not already aware of, have been able to fucking get him deported for bullying people on YouTube. I just don't believe it. FPS, he's not going anywhere. Look at his latest community post about exposing JT and his location. Also, 90% of the comments under his new post are his sock accounts. Yeah, guys, listen, man. The dude's probably, I'm not going to say, I'm pretty sure I know. And he'll be back. I think there's a reason he's gone right now. And matter of fact, this is the reason everybody was saying he was gone at the end of December and the beginning of January. I think people just forgot. Bob Rankle Booger, I just did. LOL, you're right. Congratulations. They brought him back. Oh. FBS UC SoFlo community post going after JT with mugshot plus more. No, I didn't. And I don't even care to, guys. But if he's going after JT, I mean, I can't say I blame him. JT has been fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like going crazy about this shit, yelling at Angel and everything else. I mean, if there was anybody, it would be him. I don't think SoFlo wants to fight with me anymore. I'll be quite honest. And to tell you the truth, I don't really want to fight with him. But if he ever decides to again, then I have no problem. I'll do it at the drop of a dime. It don't matter. No problem. I'll be right in another beef with him. I don't care. But I prefer not to. Probably taking it to Rumble. Neil Lupari. Ciao, FBS. Please listen to me. Don't argue with your friends. That is what SoFlo wants. Divide and conquer is what he is hoping for. He's gone, and that's all that matters. Well, we're not friends. We haven't been friends for a long time, but I know what you're saying. I'm not even trying to, but guys, you know me. If every day I hear they said this, they took this shot at you, it's like, okay, I'm going to respond to it. I'm not going to be subliminal and say certain people or there's people out there who are doing, I'm going to name names, you know? You should be telling them that, quite honestly. But I know what you're saying. It's exactly what he wants. It's dumb. And guys, if I had, whether I like those guys or not, if I had proof, look at me on Tuesday. I mean, guys, are you for real? On Tuesday, I convinced myself of it. I was so fucking happy. But on Wednesday, he popped up on Suge's show. That was it. That's it. It's all over. The dream is out the window. He's free. That's it. And then he pops up on 2 more shows the next day. And then he goes live on Angel's show. Yeah, I tried to trick myself. I wanted to believe it so badly. So how was I in competition with you then when I was basically agreeing with you just because I wanted it to be true so badly? Guys, I look at facts. And that's what I base things off of. That's why I am the way I am with politics. I'm not about vibes. You know what I mean? And facts don't care about your feelings. They don't. I am into facts. That's what I present facts to you. I don't present my opinion. So I'm not going to fucking, say that somebody was deported based on an opinion or based on a vibe. Like, oh, I just want it to be true so badly that I'll just say it is. Which is what a lot of people are doing right now. Again, guys, and I'm not even trying to make fun of people and all that, but I'm asking a serious question. 7 or 8 people with government sources, no documentation, and the government sources are a secret, no documentation, telling us anything, that this guy's been arrested, that he's been detained, that he's getting deported, that he's been deported, nothing, not a thing. Why would anybody believe something without proof? Because these are the same fucking people that will deny anything else without proof. But this one. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I feel like I froze. Why are my comments disappearing? Is it YouTube? I have certain things blocked from the chat. That's probably why. I do believe what I want. But it is interesting to hear the different opinions. There are weird coincidences, and I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, I know. And yeah, of course it's good. Yeah, as long as it don't get ugly, yeah, it's good. It's good that I have one opinion and those guys have another. It makes for wonderful entertainment. That's pretty much what it's become. It ain't even about Tony anymore. It's about who's right and who's wrong. It's fun. I don't give a fuck. Because I told you, man, I've never been here to be liked, and I'm not here to be liked now. I don't give a fuck. Being liked doesn't pay any bills, man. I've been popular throughout my lifetime. Guess what? It didn't make me money. They have to change the narrative since they humiliated themselves about SoFlo being deported. It's no longer about them being wrong. Now it's about you wanting him to be here. Well, that's insane. I mean, I'm going to be straight up with you. Howie, Common, Gunsmoke, Armand, any of you other people, nobody has dealt with 1/10 of the bullshit I have from this guy. None of you. I mean, do you really believe for a second we're on equal ground as far as that is concerned? What the fuck does that mean? I think I used the wrong expression there, but you know what I mean? You think that somehow we're on the same level as far as the shit we've had to put up with SoFlo. Me putting up with years of him going after my fucking family, and you guys having a 5-minute fight with him. Okay, a few weeks. And the only reason I'm bringing that up, that's not a competition either. I'm saying that for any of you to think you want him gone more than me, you're out of your fucking mind. You are out of your mind. Nobody in your real life has been affected because of this guy. I can't say the same. So, I mean, for you to think I want him here, you're a bunch of assholes if that's what you're saying, honestly. And nobody should buy that bullshit from you either. I don't want them, guys. That's your problem. You can't see everybody over there is supposed to be so goddamn smart. At least certain people, right? So it can't be that, oh, FBS just has a different opinion because we're going on faith and he's going on facts. No, it must be. It's just like the Trump derangement syndrome thing. You present facts about Trump or about Trump to people who don't like those facts. You're crazy. You have Trump derangement syndrome. Okay, same bullshit here. I present facts. They don't like those facts. Therefore, I want Tony to be here. No, I just don't believe your bullshit. I don't believe any of you. Why would I? Nobody should. I don't even believe, other than maybe Howie and one or two other people tops, that there's any government sources. I think you've made it all up. I honestly do. I think you're just bullshitting because you're in competition with me and you're trying to convince people that you guys are the ones that are right. I think you just made it all up. I do. I swear to God, I do. Because for some reason, it's not good enough that you believe this. You insist that everybody else believes it. It's like religion. People can't just be religious. No, they have to force their religion on you. It's the same bullshit here. You know what I mean? You can't just believe SoFlo got fucking deported or detained if for some reason it's important to you that we all believe he got deported or detained. And I don't, and that bothers them. Whatever. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be able to have a differing opinion without a bunch of fucking guys going insane over it. Holy shit. How about ignore me? Guys, comment Howie, all you guys, just ignore me. And just go about your business trying to get this fucking guy deported. That's what you should be doing. Stop worrying about me. Who cares what I think? Who cares? I don't see myself nearly as important as you guys apparently see me. I don't understand why my opinion even bothers you. Other than the fact that certain people on here, they present themselves as the most intelligent people, and they cannot be challenged because they're always right and you're always wrong. Even if that's not true, it's their opinion. So if somebody, insists on always being right and then somebody challenges that person, then it causes anger, resentment, whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit, guys. I wish Tony SoFlo would drop fucking dead right now. I swear to God, I do. I swear to God. The fucking guy, he's made up stories about my daughter being on OnlyFans. Bullshit that could destroy her life. Okay? He's gone out of his way to have my wife hacked to find out where the fuck she works so he can get her fired from her fucking job, take her livelihood away. All right, he's gone after my fucking brother. He's gone after my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, and her job. He's gone after my fucking mother. But yeah, you guys, you're definitely the ones that want him deported. Me, no. I love having my family abused relentlessly. Yeah, I want him to stick around. Fuck out of here. The balls on these people, man. I'll tell you what, they could sit back and watch a guy abuse me or someone else for years. It's no big deal. It happens to them for 30 seconds. And they're like, what the fuck? How could you? What do you mean, bro? I know. It's always funny till it happens to somebody else. I know. Till it happens to you. I don't even personally, whether I like those guys or not, I don't even really necessarily have a problem with them. I'm indifferent to them. Their existence, means about as much to me as my existence means to them or should mean to them. But I mean, this has somehow become a competition, and I'm not the one that started it. I'm just the guy. Guys, go back to Monday. Maureen was on Common's show, and she played the phone call. Within like 45 minutes, I did a live saying I don't believe it. Right away, immediately. So it's not like I was with them. Oh, yeah. He was deported. They're all right. Yep. No doubt. And then he wasn't deported. I changed my mind for a little bit of time based on the evidence you guys gave me. I mean, every time I was, absolutely diehard about the fact that, nothing happened to him. Maureen or Angela would come in and present some fact, and it would seem like, okay, I don't see them as necessarily lying to lie. So, they just know shit I don't know. So, maybe they are right, but then you find out that they can't know anything I don't know because Tony is free. He's free. I mean, guys, there's no denying that. There's no denying it. So I will forever wish death on that cocksucker. Deportation isn't even good enough as far as I'm concerned, but I'll take it. Quite frankly, I'll take him just being off of YouTube. But everybody needs to calm the fuck down about this, in my opinion, because, he's not going nowhere, and it's just going to cause a beef between a whole bunch of people, and I'm not the average bear. You know me. I don't mind going at it with 10, 12 people all by myself. I don't mind. As a matter of fact, I enjoy the shit out of it. So I have no fear of that. I just think it's a waste of fucking time. I think it's a waste of time because first of all, there's no need for it. And secondly, it would just give Tony fucking more satisfaction. He's already cracking the fuck up about all this. He's laughing his ass off, guys. He thinks this is hilarious, The other comment that was made was that, now yesterday I said on a show that I believe if anybody ran Tony off of here, it was me. And if you say otherwise, you're a fucking asshole. Okay. But then last night I hear that Common said that it was them that ran him off of YouTube. Again, this is a stupid dick swinging content. You know what? Fine. It was you. Whatever you say, I don't care. I don't even give a shit. Who cares? As long as he's gone, I don't care. The point I was making is that when he was fighting with you guys, he didn't go no fucking where. It was when he was fighting with me that he left. You know what I'm saying? It was me really digging into him and fucking giving it to him and Tina. That doesn't sound good. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it to them, maybe I should have said. What the fuck? Maybe I'll edit that part out. Sometimes you don't pick the best words, But you know what I'm saying? It was me going off every fucking day and fighting with this guy, and then he just vanished. He vanished. And what you guys don't know is that something happened the day before he vanished. And I'm not going to get into it because there's certain threats that have been made towards me about doing certain things. Something happened the day before he vanished. So this thing happened, and then the next day he disappeared. So, yeah, guys, I know you know some things I don't know about this whole deportation thing and stuff, but you have to understand that I know things you don't know about Tony's current situation and Tina's and everything else. I know a lot that you don't know. So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if they were still fighting with him when he left, but I know I was, and I know nobody was talking about them fighting with him. It was all about me and him. So, but I don't care, guys. Fine. Forget I said that. He didn't run off because of me, guys. I'm harmless. I can do no damage to anyone on YouTube. When have I ever? You know what I mean? It was definitely those guys. Those guys ran him off. I don't care. Fine. As long as he stays away, I don't give a fuck. Anybody can take the credit. Tony Pizza can take the credit. Anybody can. I don't give a fuck. I made a simple comment that, listen, if anybody got him off of here, it wasn't, basically it wasn't ICE. It was me. Because you guys saw what was going on. Somebody called me the other night and said, I can't say who it was, but he's very knowledgeable about all this and about Tony. And he said, the only person who's really a problem for Tony is you. You're his only problem. And I believe he's correct. So, but guys, I don't care. I think you don't understand, and I need to keep explaining it to you. Not only do I not care who gets the credit for this, I don't care about any of this. I don't. I'm all into the politics shit. I haven't been doing it because I've been gone, and I've had very, very, very limited time. So any show I did had to be a Mobtube show because there's a higher likelihood of me making money on here than on a politics show. Politics show, I might get $50-$60 in super chats or something. Maybe $10 in Cash App, some shit like that. But these shows, depending on who's watching, I might make $200-$300 on a show. So I'm getting back to the politics shows today. That's where I want to take all this. I'm only still doing Mobtube because it makes me money, and quite frankly, a lot of these guys that I'm for some reason fighting with right now are the very reason I don't want to be here any fucking more. You know what I mean? Like, listen, man, your friends are a hell of a lot more dangerous to you than your enemies. And I'm not going to get too in depth with that, but I don't want anything to do with any of these people ever again. I don't. That's another reason why if anybody thinks I'm deliberately starting a fight with Common, my desire for me and Common is to not speak to each other, period. That's it. That's all I want. I don't wish anything bad on him. We were friends for a very long time. We just have our differences, and I don't like his crew. So I choose not to speak to him. That's all. But I don't have I don't have any desire to be at war with anybody right now. I really don't care. It's whatever brings me the money, not whatever brings me the views. You could take the views and shove them up your ass. I've been doing shows where I've been getting 150 people every live, and I've been making nothing. My biggest day of last week, I had 49 people watching tops. That was at the peak, and I made like 229 in cash and 140 something in super chats. So I don't care about views. I care if the people who donate are watching. Mr. Anonymous 6, my buddy, hit me up late last night, $99. You know what I'm saying? During my shows, nothing. Really, nothing. So it's not about all that to me. I just, if it was up to me, everybody would just go their separate ways. I wouldn't talk about them, and they wouldn't talk about me. That's all. I haven't had a problem with Howie or anything. We haven't beefed in a while. Nothing like that. We don't interact with each other, me or any of them. But then lately, I'm hearing that for a while now, they're taking little digs at me left and right, specifically Common, which I wouldn't doubt. But again, guys, that just what that teaches people is not that I'm worried about you. It's that you're worried about me. I'm not concerned. If Common is getting 400 live views every video, good for him. Honestly, I don't hate the guy at all. I don't hate Common. I don't wish anything bad on him. I would like to see him successful. The fact of the matter is, Common should have had his own show 4 fucking years ago. Common could actually come on. If he had no panel, he could come on and talk and keep people engaged and entertained. He has that skill. He has the speaking ability. He does. And there's only 4 or 5 people in the history of this whole Mobtube that could actually do that. You know what I mean? He might have a panel, but he doesn't actually need one. So I wish him well. I say good luck, man. I want everybody to make money. I've helped enemies make money. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. If they're as greedy as I'm supposed to be, I gave up donations the other night to Casper Oza and Maureen just because I thought they really pulled this off. I'm not nearly as greedy as you think. It's the people that you don't think are greedy that are actually the greedy ones, and that's true. I just want to make money for myself. But if everybody else makes money too, that's good. And quite frankly, me and Comet, we don't share the same donors, so I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care. There's no need for me to be in competition with you at all. As far as I'm concerned, we're on 2 different sides of this thing. And the fact that a fight is going to start over Tony fucking SoFlo is so insane and so fucking stupid. I mean, the one thing a whole bunch of people who don't agree on much of anything, like, the one thing we do agree on is we all hate Tony SoFlo, but yet we're all going to fight over Tony SoFlo. Okay, whatever's worth it to you guys. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Whatever you want, I'll let you lead. You the ball's in your court. Do whatever you want. But everybody's taking their eye off the ball because now this whole situation isn't about getting SoFlo the fuck out of here. Now it's about who's right and who's wrong, Common or FBS. Before he was having it go after you, now he's going after JT. Before he was having it go after what? What do you mean, Dave? How funny is it that Angel is all giddy and loving the fact he's still around and actually platforming him? The guy who did the worst on here to her family also threatened to have her daughter raped because she hates his enemies. That's why. You know what I mean? She hates his enemies. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I hate some of these people too. And I do get satisfaction out of the fact that Tony's free as a bird. Even though I want him to be out of the country, I love seeing people I fucking despise making assholes out of themselves. And that's what's been happening. So me and Angel are in agreement on this. We both think it's quite hilarious just because as much as I hate Tony Soflo, there's certain other people I hate equally. And I think she feels the same way. I know deep down inside Angel would love for Tony to have been deported. There's no question. But when all your enemies are humiliating themselves over this, then it's almost like, yeah, fuck it. Let him be in the country. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. This is so great what's happening. You know what I mean? For real. I don't know, guys, but I can't speak for her. Is that right? Well, I thought they were friends. What happened with JT once this guy deported so bad? Weren't they friends? Why is Angel so excited about the Ripper? Like I just said, you know, it's funny to her. It's funny, you know, seeing people. Listen, man, just seeing people hang on to something for dear life, even though there's no truth to it. I'm going to give you an example. Me and Common and probably Howie and all those guys on that crew, we thought it was fucking hilarious. Even though some of us were cool with SoFlo, we thought it was hilarious. Every day that SoFlo made an asshole out of himself with the Monpass conspiracy theory, okay? Every day that he talked about the Monpass family and dug deeper into that shit, we thought it was hilarious. Now, Tony is getting that same satisfaction out of what they're doing. They're just as fucking, convinced and also determined to prove that Tony's deported, even though it's been proven untrue already. Let's face it. They keep hanging on to it, and it looks bad. It's just like Tony. You know, none of us could tell him, look, it's the same way, guys. Again, that goes to show you, I never hide a differing opinion. Never. I don't care if I was friends with you, if I am friends with you. I was cool with SoFlo then. We were friends. And I told him all the time, you're crazy. It's not the Monpass family. That's not Chicago and his family. And he would yell at me and flip out. And then, you know, we'd hang up on each other and talk the next day. Same thing I'm doing now, guys. I don't care if you're my friend or my enemy. If I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. I mean, for fuck's sake, guys, why do you think so many of my friendships ended? Because people wanted things their way. I didn't agree with the way they wanted to do things or the people they chose to interact with and stuff. So I just cut the friendship off. That's all. And people have done it to me too. But for some reason, in this situation, nobody's allowed to have a differing opinion. It's very bizarre. Everybody's flipping out. Carlos went on a rant. I haven't heard Maureen or Casperosa. I know Casperosa did a thing the other day, but I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it because all this shit is just going to be a bunch of subliminals at me, and I'm trying to stop myself from really snapping here. I am, because I'm getting closer and closer. So I'm not going to listen to any of that stuff. But you know, I don't know. I just whatever. Hold on. Everyone should honestly ignore right now and just sit back and enjoy or cringe him going to JT, two of the biggest scumbags on here. Yeah, I'm down for that. I just want to watch them destroy each other. Fucking right, man. Or you know, just ignore the conversation about it to some extent. And listen, guys, I'm probably the one struggling for content more than anyone else because I'm the only one that does my goddamn show all by myself. And if I don't have nothing to talk about, there ain't nothing to talk about. Nobody's going to come on here and help me and bring up topics. And we're not going to have a big conversation that goes on for hours. Either I have something to talk about or I don't. So, it is useful to me to have this conversation going. But I hate SoFlo with a fucking passion, and I don't want him to get the satisfaction, but they do for some reason. It's more important to them that they're right than it is to just see SoFlo go away quietly. I believe we should all ignore the Ripper, and maybe he will fade away. I think that's what was happening. That's why I wish, listen, no offense to Maureen or Kasparov or anyone. But I just wish they all would have just, even after the call, and I understand the excitement of presenting that news, but I just wish they would have waited until there was 100% certainty and then came out with all this, because this didn't help anyone but SoFlo. It really didn't. And, there's going to come a time, I guarantee you guys, I guarantee you nothing happened to Tony. I'll put fucking money on it, and a lot of money on it, that he was not arrested, he was not detained, he's in no trouble, and he's not getting deported. How long do they go before they just acknowledge that and say, all right, fuck it, we were wrong? Or you know what? We have no further proof, and until we get further proof, we're just not going to talk about it because, it appears nothing has happened so far. It appears up to right now, maybe we were incorrect about this. You know what I mean? That's all. Because, guys, think about the mental gymnastics, how you have to twist yourself into knots to fucking believe what you're believing right now after everything we've seen. He's in a hotel being detained, but he's allowed to roam freely. He could walk. We didn't see any guards, right? Classy Girl Anna came in here yesterday and said, I've seen hotels where detainees are being held and there's fucking, National Guard all around the building. Funny, because I saw Tony SoFlo walk out of something the other day, whether it's a house, a motel. I didn't see nobody. I didn't hear nobody. Nobody stopped him and said, hey, where you going? Get back in your room. Nothing. He went outside. He hung out outside most of the time. He showed a California plate. Apparently, his ankles he showed. So, I just don't know. And they just keep coming up with new shit. He's got an ankle monitor. Oh, he doesn't have an ankle monitor, but it's his phone that they're monitoring him with, and all this crazy shit. It's like, come on, guys. What's next? They put a chip in his neck. What are you guys saying? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. OZ, what's up, brother? Good morning, FBS and chat. So which side will Angel be on, SoFlo or JT, with this feud? That's a good question. SoFlo being deported or not matters to them this much. They get hurt about it. Shit is pathetic. If that is that important in your life, you need hobbies. Yeah. Authorized baby. Here we go. FBS, to be honest, you were all in on Flo being deported. There are many clips. You just use one word to put a hint of doubt in some other instances. Stop trying to say you had a different opinion. You changed it. And I changed it back. That's what you're forgetting. So I'll go over and of course they're using clips, but they won't show the whole thing that happened. That's what they do to me. It's bullshit. It's fake news, as Donald Trump calls it. So Monday I came on here immediately after Maureen played that thing. And I said, I don't think it's true and we shouldn't celebrate yet. Then authorized baby, not on my own, but based on new information I was getting. Like, for example, authorized baby. Kasparov called me Monday night into Tuesday about 3:00 in the morning or texted me and said, bro, I just got confirmation. He was detained. Now, my exact response was, well, who is your source? He said, I can't I can't say something like that. And I said, I'm not at liberty to say. So I said, well, I don't believe you. But to an extent, I did, because it's Kasparoza. So I woke up Tuesday feeling all positive and happy. So Tuesday, I said, not that I think it's true. Well, I might have said I think it's true. I never said I was 100% certain. I said I'm starting to believe it, and I'm feeling positive about it. Then Wednesday, I did a show, I think in the morning, saying the same thing. And then Wednesday night, I changed my mind. Do you forget that? Are you ignoring all of that? And then we heard SoFlo's voice on stand-up guys. So in other words, Authorized Baby, what you're doing is what I'm sure all the people posting clips of me being on board with this are doing. I'm not allowed to change my mind, right? Everybody else is, but I'm not. So basically, I didn't believe it in the beginning because it made no sense. Then I got fed a bunch of information in real time. You guys saw it while it was happening. I was doubting it Wednesday. People are coming in the chat. Oh, no. You don't understand. He has a handler and he was warned days before. And I'm like, oh. And these are people that claim to have inside knowledge. So I'm like, oh. So I changed my mind based on information that was being told to me. And then once I heard the thing on Shugs, that's it. And I've stuck to my guns since. So no, you're full of shit. You act like I just threw a hint of doubt in there. I fucking came out immediately and said it wasn't true. And I've been saying it since Wednesday. So what are you talking about? You guys, what it is that, God forbid, I'm right again, like I am all the time. God forbid, you can't handle that. So you're going to make it like as if I took both positions. I said, yeah, he's not deported, but he is deported, which would make no sense. I changed my mind for a day, guys, for a day. And then I went right back to my original opinion. And of course, the clip channels aren't going to show that. They're just going to show clips of me all happy and saying, I think it's true. Yeah, because they're all full of shit. It's what they've always done to me. And you're an asshole, because if you watch this, you know damn well that what you're saying is stupid. Because since Monday, it's been what? It's been 6 days, 7 days now? 6 days? Whatever. I have like 4.5 out of those days said it's not true. And I'm saying it right now, Authorized Baby. This is my stance, and I'm sticking to it. So what are you even talking about? Like, how do you have a point there? No, you guys just don't want to admit, oh shit, FBS was right. And you know what? I should have stuck to my guns, but I allowed other people's, bullshit to change my mind, which is a weak fucking thing to do. And I'm ashamed of myself for it, because, but I'll say this. I didn't believe it based on information from Tony Pizza. I started to believe it based on information from Maureen and Kasparoza. And I have a lot of faith in their research and their knowledge. I was wrong. I shouldn't have. But it doesn't matter. The majority of this time, I've held the same position, and I've held it. It's Sunday now. I've held it since Wednesday night. So do whatever you want to act like as if I wasn't right about this. Whatever it takes to make you feel better. And you don't have to go look at clip shows. Go look at Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning, and you'll see the shows where I was feeling positive and thinking it might be true. And then go watch the other, that was 3 shows. Go watch the other 7 or 8 and see what I was saying. No, of course not. According to Shug's government source, SoFlo was in custody and on his way to Mexico. That scenario seems very unlikely at this point. My guess is that the government mixed up his information. So nobody has a government source, guys. They need to all cut it out. Good morning. We're leaving to join back. We had a little while. Nice show. What are you saying, Robert Ganji? Thank you. But good morning. We're leaving to join back. I don't know. OZ, she actually thinks the Ripper is her protector and attack dog. She uses him as a flex to show JT she's got backup. It's totally cringe and embarrassing after what he's done to her. Give me a second. And by the way, guys, if I played both positions, then what the fuck are Common and all them arguing with me about? I don't understand. According to you, I really believe that Tony's actually deported, according to you. Yeah, I know. Trust me, he's detained. We have no proof of it, but just trust us. Yeah, he is. I think you meant pizza is the real dirt star here, the butthole. I don't know. Robert Ganji, $4.99. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Why not join? I don't join forces with people. But yeah, I'm not against them at all. That's their perception of this, guys. I never came on here and said all those guys are full of shit. I didn't come on here Monday and say they're all full of shit, or even on Thursday. I just said I think they're wrong because Tony was on Stand-Up Guy's show. He was on Common's show. He was on JT's show. And he was on Angel's show. I mean, what are you forcing yourself to believe to make this all possible, to make this all sound reasonable in your head? So he's detained, but he's got more freedom than anybody else who's ever been detained in history. You're looking at pictures, analyzing pictures, trying to make shit look like something it's not. He has a curl in his sock, or his tongue is pulled out on his sneaker, and it's like, look, there's an ankle monitor on his foot, guys. I mean, you guys are embarrassing yourselves. I'm telling you. I said it yesterday. The last fight was the straw that broke the camel's back. Who is the worst Tina has ever gotten? She couldn't take it anymore. Oh, you mean for me? In the beginning, if some just said Tina's name, it was like saying Voldemort to SoFlo. Lately, Tina and SoFlo were getting roasted so bad. Everyone now knows Soblo was all talk. He has to go. Yeah. From Mexico, you think, Jane? I think they didn't flip or fill JT in that Miami wasn't deported, and JT called his brother and ex-wife and did interviews with them. That's what my opinion is. I guess. Was he never detained or arrested? They keep saying he was detained and that the public information will be posted soon. That ICE is backed up. I'm confused. Please clear this up, FBS. Thank you. They're just saying it, and I'm not saying they're wrong. Guys, for you guys, this is just like the thing where I turned down all donations. I told Shinebox don't do a fundraiser when my mom got that bad news. But for the next 3 years, they said that I was actually, or 2 years, that I was actually doing it only to get money. Like, you guys will convince yourselves now that I actually agree with them. Let me make this clear. My stance since Thursday, and by the way, also on Monday and Wednesday night until Angela came in the chat, but let's just go since Thursday, is that Tony has not been arrested, has not been deported, and is not detained. And it's not changing. But if they post, because like what you're saying is basically what that guy was saying earlier is like, I took both positions. So now if they say, oh, Tony was deported, I'll say, told you. It wouldn't even make any sense. The majority of the time, this has been my stance. If they post information saying that he's been any of those things, I swear to you on everything I love, if it's rock solid proof, I will say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And I'm not going to apologize to anyone, because why should I? I'm allowed to have a different opinion. I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. That's all. General blanket statement. I was wrong. They were right. That's it. That's it. But only FBS. I'm the only one who isn't allowed to change my mind based on information. You know what I mean? It's funny. But then again, that's this community, is that you stick to one thing no matter what. Like, for instance, I believe Trump is in the Epstein files, all over the Epstein files. Now, if I saw proof tomorrow that he wasn't, I would say, oh, shit. Turns out he isn't. But then 3 days later, I see some proof that he is. I'll say, oh shit, look at that. He is. I should have never fucking doubted myself. He's 100% in the episode, but I'm not allowed to do that. Everybody else here can do that all day, every day. Not me. Not me. I ain't shit, but apparently you guys are still on my dick that much. You're making clip fucking videos and everything else. JT brought SoFlo's brother and ex-wife on his show right after this all began. Angel has really surrounded herself with a bunch of snakes with no loyalty. The fruit didn't fall far from the tree. Well, even that, I you'd have to show me for me to believe it. I haven't heard his brother or his ex-wife on his show. I'd have to hear it to believe it. And even then, I would have to know for a fact that those were the people that that he says they are. Like, I don't even believe that. I don't believe they would come on the show. But maybe you guys have heard it. I don't know. But do you have proof that it was really them? No, I did not. I said I'm enjoying it to some extent because I hate some of the people more than him. Yeah, yeah. And in all reality, he could turn around and start attacking you again, right? Maybe you were told he wouldn't. Oh, yeah. Conspiracy theories. Yeah. Building 7. Yep. Yeah, I know. Bigfoot. Yep. For all I know, he'll start attacking me again tomorrow. My point was, Booger Presley, all these guys are hinging on this so bad. They're insisting that he's deported. They've convinced themselves of it because many of them, not all of them, are scared of him. Which I don't even really blame a lot of people because it's not about being scared of him, face to face, right? It's about the scumbag shit he'll do on here. It's just you'd rather not get into a fight with this motherfucker. And you avoid it at all costs. I am different, Booger Presley. I hate him so fucking much that I like when he talks shit about me just so I can fucking tear into him and tear him to shreds. I don't like when he talks about my family. But even that, I go right back at him. I tear Tina the fuck up, but yeah, to an extent, I'm happy that this blew up in their faces. Yes, to an extent. Yeah. So only certain ones that I really truly despise, certain ones, not all of them. Microchip like a dog. Yeah. The only people that can look bad in this are Common, Howie, and Maureen. You said you're happy he's making people look bad, that you hate more than SoFlo. You honestly hate one of them more? One of them. At least one of them. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. You have no idea. Yeah, you'd be surprised at who I truly hate the most in this community. And it's not Tony Pizza or Tony SoFlo. I'll just tell you that right now. Believe me. Dude, a lot of those people saying SoFlo has been tossed think January 6th was a peaceful day where nothing happened, even with hours and hours of footage. Just believe it, and it's true, and it is. Yeah, exactly. I reserve the right to change my opinion on everything based on new facts, not flip-flopping, just new info. Yeah, only I can't do that. You guys watched. You literally watched every show where I doubted this shit up until Thursday. You watched Maureen come into the chat, Angela, maybe even Kasparozov, I'm not sure about him, and give me new information that would lead me to believe, oh, maybe something did happen. And of course, I wanted them deported so fucking bad that I wanted to believe it. So yeah, I kind of, I tried to convince myself. But every single show where I was saying I think it might be true, I also said, you can go back and check, I'm not sure it's true. I'm not 100% sure because, of course, I wasn't. But yeah, only I can't change my opinion based on new info. Guys, would anybody like to donate on this show? By any chance? Or do I have to just hope that one of the big donors pops up? Yeah, it is. It is, Dave. Taking unserious people serious is a no-no. Yeah. They were trying to walk everything back last night, like they didn't say what they said. Oh, is this dickhead up here up their asses for that? You're telling me they changed their mind? I have a feeling nobody will have a problem with that. And I'm not saying that they changed his mind about him being deported. I mean, trying to walk stuff back. You think anybody will call them out on that? No. No. Only me, guys. Only me. I told you, since January 30th, 2021, certain rules only apply to me. Nobody else. Only me. So basically, you know exactly what. No. I didn't say I know exactly what happened. I said I know what happened the day before he disappeared. That might have made him, make the decision to disappear. Again, you just changed my words. I never said I know exactly what happened. Rewind the fucking show and give me the timestamp. I said I know of something that happened the day before Tony disappeared. It has nothing to do with ICE or anything like that. I'm talking about something that happened that might, motivate him to leave YouTube for at least for a while till shit died down. And I do, 100% I do. And I'm not the only one, by the way. We love you more, Michael Hensley. Bob Rankle, 199, free OJ. Thanks, brother. Yeah. I believe SoFlo said he was living in June, but Purple Nose started a rumor that he ran him off YouTube, so he came back for another 6 months. 6 months? That's insane, isn't it? He didn't just come back just to go, back at Mark. He just 6 months he's back. Same to you, Uncle Augie. I know I'm the bad guy, I know. SoFlo confirmed what? What did SoFlo confirm? When JT says he's having his family members on his show, what it really is him playing the recorded phone calls to those family members on his show. And yes, SoFlo confirmed it on Angels. Oh, okay. All right. There you go. I tried to ask them guys questions, but they blocked me. Well, why do that? I mean, I'm not blocking any of the people that are giving me shit right now. But anybody could do whatever they want in their show, quite honestly. See, this is my problem too. I would have rather just come on this show and said, hey, I'm not in competition with anyone. And, I said, I think I ran him off YouTube because I do. And everybody else should too. Because I mean, that's what all the evidence points to, considering that we have no evidence that anything else ran him off YouTube. But when I get going, guys, it's hard to stop me. I start to, it's like, I start to say shit that has been on my mind and stuff like that. Gets crazy. So this is why, man, it's better off. People just ignore me, it's really better off. Pizza hasn't been on because he has been deported. Trust me. Has he really not been on? They can't handle the truth. LOL. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should take a poll. Hold on. Oh, Joey Dimes, $5 for come on with the Hyundai. Yeah, who's going to drop a Hyundai for me? That's what I need. Thank you, Joey Dimes. Do you feel the need to take any responsibility for your part in breathing life into this animal? Jimmy Calandra co-signed for him, and then you did as well. He's either gone or not. It's a dub. Yeah, well, I admit fault in ever befriending him, if that's what you mean. But as far as breathing life into him, I mean, Jimmy Calandra already did, and Jimmy Calandra is a much bigger deal than me. But yeah, if you mean by befriending him and making him more of a, a popular figure here, then yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I was wrong. Bad judgment. Yep, no doubt. But don't forget all the other people that did. Don't forget all the other people that did, because all the people wishing he's deported right now, they were all friends with him at once. Matter of fact, I should take this out on him, fucking Casparosa. One time, me and Tony had been fighting, and all he was doing was attacking me relentlessly. This is like the longest time that we ever had beef. It went on for probably 6 or 8 months. And he started going after Casparosa a little bit too. And then one day Casparosa calls me up and he goes, bro, I just kind of made up with SoFlo, so everything's good now. And everybody who was beefing with him made up with SoFlo, and I'm the only one beefing with him. I'm the only one left beefing with him. So all his attention is focused on me going after my fucking family every day. That's the one time I made the call and said, let's put this shit to bed. Everybody was like, okay, we're making up with him, everything. And it's not about, I'm no follower or nothing. It was just like, well, now everybody is going to kiss this guy's ass and he's only going to be attacking my family fucking constantly. No, fuck that. I'll just put it to bed too. I'll just squash it too. And that's what I did. But, make sure that you ask everybody else that question too, because everybody was friends with him. Common was, Gunsmoke was, Howie was. I'm not saying friends, but they had some friendly phone calls because it definitely caused a problem between me and SoFlo. Everybody was friends with this guy. They talked to him on the phone. They sat on panels with him. Go look at my New Year's Eve show from like 2022. And you'll see every single Mobtube character I think that exists. It was on a panel at one point or another during that show with Tony SoFlo. Everybody was cool with him. But yeah, I always take responsibility for my actions. Yeah. And I'm the most, at least at that time, was the most influential person. So maybe me being friends with him, I don't know, made him whatever you think he became. But you also got to remember that 80% of this community always despised me. So I think more people liked him when he was trashing me than when he was friends with me, honestly. Well, no, I'm not allowed to, Bob Rankle. You got to remember, I can't change my mind. I can't change my heart. I can't change anything. Once I say something, although it's funny that they'll talk about the day and a half where I bent a little, but they won't talk about Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or today. No, you know what I mean? So I was allowed to change my mind to believing it, but not to disbelieving it. That's up to, everybody can have their own opinion on that. I'll tell you this about Common. This is the best way to say it. I don't think Common is a bad guy by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he goes out of his way to lie to you. I don't think he's trying to bullshit anybody right now. I think he just truly believes this, based on a lot of people's information and information he's gathered on his own. But just because I don't talk to the dude no more doesn't mean that I think he's some, scumbag. Like, I wish nothing bad on Common whatsoever. If it was up to me, Common would live a nice, long, healthy life and have a successful YouTube channel and make a fuck ton of money. So I have my reasons for why I don't talk to people anymore. That's all. And if I don't talk to you anymore, it's because, in my opinion, you were not my friend. You might have been everybody else's, but you were no friend to me. So, that's that. FBS, do you honestly expect the same guy or whoever to give you $100 every time you go live? Seriously, honestly expect it? Little strange for someone to throw that money away to a complete stranger. Did I say any specific name, or did I say, because there's several people that come through and drop $100, right? That there's several people. Do you know that? So you're just assuming I'm talking about one individual. And which individual would that be? And no, I don't expect it. If I did, every day I'd be bitching if a specific individual wasn't throwing money my way. I appreciate anything I get, whether it's once a week, once a month, or every fucking day. But you do know, Deported Action Tech, since, again, everything's my fault and I'm an asshole, that if somebody does something regularly, like every day, anybody would grow to expect that. You do know that, right? You know what I'm saying? Fucking idiot. I know, it's crazy, right? Somebody gives FBS money every single day, and then when he doesn't get it, he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's insane. Why would he think that way? I mean, it's almost like he was trained to believe he's going to get it all the time because he's been getting it all the time. You're a fucking asshole. And I'm not talking about any one specific individual. There's nobody who gives me money every single day. But I have, several people, in case you guys haven't noticed over the years, even lately, there's 3 people that regularly drop hundreds. There's 3 different people. So when I say maybe somebody will come through and drop $100, I'm not saying I expect it. I'm saying maybe somebody will. You understand? It's like teaching life to a 5-year-old. History tells us why FBS can't be cool with most content creators. Of course. Of course. Without a doubt. Yep. And another bunch of shit I've gotten from people constantly that drives me fucking nuts is that, anytime I got in beefs with the likes of SoFlo, not a single friend of mine stepped in and said a word. They're terrified of him. But then if they got in beef with him, they got all fucking offended if I didn't jump in and help them. Even if we weren't friends anymore. Because if we were friends, I always did. Always. But I'm talking about people who, when we were friends, didn't do shit to help me. Even long after our friendship ended, I'm doing something wrong if I don't jump in and fight your battle for you. Fuck off. All of you guys on here, I got news for you. I'm not saying any of you deserve to be attacked or have your family attacked. But you're asking for it if you're on here. You absolutely are. And I say the same thing about myself. So don't act all surprised when the shit that happens to everybody also happens to you. If you choose to be, present on the streets of Mobtube, if you choose to be a panel member, if you choose to be somebody with your own show, all these scumbags that deport everybody are eventually, or deport, Jesus Christ, because I saw this. All these scumbags that attack everybody are eventually going to attack you too. And don't go acting like as if, how could they? Because you didn't have shit to say when they attacked other fucking people. Whether it was me or whether it was MRE or somebody else you hate. Maybe your source told you to switch that style up. What do you mean? Like, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up? The fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Yep. Deported action might be Common or Howie. Yeah, most likely. Yeah. The Common's been in here talking shit to me for like a week under at least 4 different sock accounts. There's no question. And he can say whatever he wants. I know him. It was him. You know what I mean? So that probably is him. Yeah. Or Howie. Little strange for someone to throw that money away to a complete stranger. I didn't address that part of that comment. So what are you saying? You don't believe that it's happening? Do you want to see my Cash App? You don't believe it? I'm making it up, I guess. Because, if somebody wants to give their money to anyone, the Salvation Army, a fucking some charity of some sort, or a band, maybe they're seeing at a club they want to tip, or a DJ, or at a church, or watching YouTube. I mean, who are you to say it's strange what people want to do with their money? Don Berlin is the anonymous accounts that sends you $100 on Cash Apps almost every day. He does that so you don't rat him out for giving. Wow, that's amazing. You really believe that, don't you? Don Berlin, and I love the guy. The guy's done unbelievable things for me. But Don Berlin, he donated, I think, at Christmas time. And that was probably the first time. I don't know. He donates through Super Chat or whatever, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Now, you don't have to believe that. I don't give a fuck. But you don't see Tom Sheehy donating $100. Like, even people you can identify. You don't see Miss A giving me $100 at a time. You don't see Hey Now sometimes giving me 50, 75, 100. You don't see any of that. You think it's the same person? Well, I'll tell you what, man. If Don Berlin wants to start giving me $100 a day, I'll fucking accept it with no problem. No problem. You're a grifter. Sure, I am. Sure. Yeah, I do YouTube shows like everybody else, like Common does, by the way, and Gunsmoke and everybody who does their show and asks for donations. I'm the only grifter, though. You're right. Tell me, Mook, how I've grifted people. Go ahead. I'll wait. Tell me how I've conned people or scammed them. Go ahead. I'll wait. Hey, let me ask you too. When Don gives me this money, do I give it back to him or what? What's the hustle exactly? Oh, were you? Yeah. You can block him if you want. Well, you don't have a wrench. Somebody else can. Go ahead and block the ported action tech if you want. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, is that a SoFlo thing that Don Berlin gives me the money every day? Interesting. SoFlo action, yo guys. What up? Hold on a sec. Okay. I'm waiting for answers to my questions. What happened, Mook? You disappear? What happened? What makes me a grifter again? Go ahead. I'll wait. I don't think I to this day, I don't think the majority of Mobtube actually knows what a grifter is. I don't believe they do. Oh, Eric, I'm telling you. Yeah, man. 100%. Yeah. But then they'll also tell you that I don't make any money anymore. You know what I'm saying? So and don't believe me, last week sucked, man. But for a couple of months, it's been pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, that's mainly due to Mr. Anonymous 6 and no, it's due to everybody. But I mean, the majority of the money came from one or two or three people, you know. So anything people donate, whether it's $1, $100, I don't care. I appreciate it, believe me. But I'm just saying, like, other people donated too, but for the last 3 or 4 months, if it wasn't for Mr. Anonymous 6 and one or two other people, I would have made probably 25% of what I did. I had the last 2 or 3 months have been some of the best months I've ever had in Cash App. Seriously, ever. So he has said that you two have broken the law and that he destroyed Don Berlin. Yeah, I know. He said he destroyed me too, and here I am. Your scam is donate if you're enjoying the show. What a scammer. I know, what a con artist I am. Angry Sig. Me. That's all that ever comes out of this gangster's mouth. What gangster would that be, Angry Sig? What are you talking about? Isn't Angry Sig like a fucking MRE guy or something? I know that name. What gangster are you talking about? There's no gangsters on Mobtube. Who do you mean? A couple of ex-gangsters. About it. 130 people. Hey, at least hit the like button, guys. At least do that. Since I've made a whopping $12 on this show, at least you can hit the like button. Dude, I just want to come in here and be real with you. This whole thing is making you look bad with people and you don't even know it. Tell me how. Tell me how. I'm open to criticism. Tell me how it's making me look bad. I'm curious. I can't wait to hear this. Yes. What murder? You think I'm the one that's being made to look bad? The guy that's right when everybody else is wrong? Okay. Tell me more, the Ravager. I'm waiting. What, I have a feeling I'm not going to get a response. How long is this going to take exactly? Can I go do a politics show and come back when you're ready to answer? How long is it going to take you to type your response? Fucking Jesus. All right, well, fuck him. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. If you think it's making me look bad, then you think it's because I'm wrong. But there's been no proof whatsoever that I'm wrong about anything. I mean, none. Zero. Is that a Shug guy or something? Yeah. I got to get to that. You guys got to remind me. I keep forgetting. Yeah, I got to get to him. I guess the Ravager has nothing else to say, huh? Because I'll debate you on this all day. I'll debate anybody on any of this. I'll drop the link, whatever you guys want. Yep. Do you realize that if it was making me look bad, certain people wouldn't be so angry at me? They're angry at me because I'm making them look bad. Because, again, the only common sense here really comes from me, okay? You got a bunch of people insisting that something is true without any evidence whatsoever, except for a congressional aide that for some reason told Maureen that Tony is with ICE. But he's already proven. I know you don't want to believe it because you only believe proof that, fits your bias and stuff. But Tony's already proven he hasn't been deported or detained. Was he arrested? I don't know, but I highly doubt it. But he's already proven it, guys. He's come on multiple YouTube shows. He went live on Angel's channel for like 45 minutes. He was roaming around freely. He showed you his fucking ankles, as stupid as that request was. He's already proven. Like, I've already been proven right. You do realize that, right? Like, now it's somebody else's job to prove me wrong. Okay, so, but how though, Ravager? Tell me how it's making me look bad. I asked you a fucking question. Can you answer it? Not sure. I am pointing out that the only thing that we have is hearsay. Trust me, bro. Yeah, exactly. At this point, only paper work will suffice. Only, yeah. And I would even question that. I got to be able to find it. You know what I mean? Because as far as these people are going, they might make up some bullshit paperwork. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if this whole thing is about Tony being deported or about you guys being able to convince people that Tony was deported. Because there doesn't seem to be much focus on anymore on getting Tony out of here. Well, take a guess. But I'm curious. How's it making me look bad? Tell me. To who? Bro, you're in a community filled with fucking losers, bro. There's like 2 or 3 people on here that actually have a future. They're all a bunch of fucking losers and trolls who ride my dick like all day, every day. Looking bad to who? You think, let's just say the whole community thought I look bad. Do you think it would actually matter in real life? There's a bunch of people that I look down upon, like dozens that I look down on and I see myself as better than. I'll say it 100%. What would I even give a fuck if they think I look bad? Just out of curiosity. And I'll tell you what, when you can give me an example of when I've put out false information and stuck to it for at least a week, then you could say I look bad then. But that hasn't happened yet. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Well, there's your answer then. You know what I mean? There's your answer. No, it's the people that are being made to look bad. They want to project it onto me because, they can't handle that. But it's all right, guys. Listen, I don't give a shit. Listen, Tony got arrested, detained, and deported. And those guys ran Tony off of here. And I had nothing to do with running Tony off of here. Nothing. All the damage I did to him and Tina, that had no effect whatsoever. Everybody happy now? Okay. Have a great day, guys.